last left off, you guys had made a brand new friend in the form of a necromancer, which, by the way, there's a lot of background noise coming from your side, Danila.
Darn.
Thanks. In the form of a necromancer named Fern, who then proceeded to get kicked out of a casino, along with getting another member of your party kicked out, Libu. While the rest of you guys ran before you could be identified. Libu then was picked up and carried off somewhere by your friend, Claire. Who has whisked him off to some other potential adventure. But he'll be okay. And he will be missed for now. So, with the advice of your new necromancer friend, after some deep soul searching from Dread to be able to tolerate her presence, you guys headed over to the Madronis Magic School. Well, actually, that was your second trip after finally delivering that letter that you were given in Saltmarsh to procure troops and such to help with the assault on the Sahagin base. But you guys went to the magic school to hopefully find a quick route over to where you believe the pirates to be hiding. Especially after, I believe, one of you picked up on the information that there was a bounty on the heads of pirates. And this might actually be a paying job. Once at the magic school where Fern is from, you spoke with the headmistress, showed and lent her the book that you guys got on Ethos Island, and were directed to the alchemy hall, along with trying to figure out where the old tower might be, which Fern, having been frozen for over 1,000 years, might actually have the best shot at finding. So, what would you guys like to do? And hello, Cogsworth.
Hi. Sorry for your munching. It's very crusty bread.
Where are we at this point? Are we still in the headmistress's office?
I believe yes. I believe you're in the headmistress's office still.
Okay. And question: would I remember where Guilford's office or his laboratory might be? See if there's any notes in there about where this tower might be.
When you first woke up, finding yourself brought back in the in the new dorm hall that they were retrofitting. Well, that's at the time. Basically, you were found in a wall, and they discovered you're still alive, and they took you out of whatever was keeping you suspended for that long. You realized that the entire necromancy hall, which would include the office and laboratories that you're referring to, is completely missing. That nobody has seen it in 1,000 years, not since the quote-unquote accident that landed you in that position in the first place.
Hey, Grizz.
Yes?
Would you say they wouldn't be caught dead there?
Oh my god. And it already starts.
Can we kill him off?
Come on, let's breathe some life into this joint.
Well, you're the one that can go and disable his computer.
I've thought about it.
Anyway.
Well, that was a great loss of a body of knowledge.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm always going solo.
Okay, we have to get Cogsworth, Topaz, and Evil Fluffy together at some point. The puns will destroy everything.
Only
Please
if I
no.
get to be Dislow.
Fucking Dislow.
Anyway.
Hey, he is wonderful. He is precious.
Pat. Anyway, Fern, that was the first thing you probably tried to do when you actually woke up, and you still don't know where exactly that is. All you know is that you were found in the new dorm hall.
Okay.
And the last thing
Um.
you remember, you were at the very front or entrance to the necromancy hall back when the accident happened. So it's
Okay.
possible that you got blown out there or something, or somebody came along and placed you there later. It's hard to tell.
Could be floating around
Okay.
in the astral plane.
Um. Okay. I'm gonna ask the headmistress. Ma'am,
Uh, yes, friend.
do you happen to have any old records or books of anything of Professor Wrexham's works?
I'm not familiar with Professor Wrexham. Uh, if there is, it'll be another thing for the archive. As I said, I was going to be doing some research into these towers. And she holds up the book that you guys lent her. The one's listed
All
here.
right.
But if this notation is anything to be believed, and she again points at the entry about Madronis on that sheet, then it stands to reason the tower still exists and is still active here.
I got
don't
nothing.
I don't mean to be pushy, but how long did you have an estimate for how long it might take you to decipher that book, come up with things?
I will. It'll depend on if the archive has anything. I don't know. Uh, do you need? How much time do you need? I mean, we can't even use that book unless the tower is found.
Uh, I don't know. There's lots of unknowns.
Wait, do we need the book to find the tower?
Only to find another tower location. Not to find the tower here in this building. For that,
So
I
the book.
imagine Fern is your best guess, as she was there back when it was last accessible.
I mean, I could take you guys back to where I woke up, and maybe that'll give us some clues.
Um, if you wouldn't mind, this could be really helpful in the future for us. I mean, we'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Come on, Dead Razor, let's go.
All right. I'm going to then lead them to the now dorms where I had woken up at.
All right. Okay, so you get to the dorms, and there are various students coming and going here. Uh, a few of them stop and look and notice that there's some people there that clearly aren't part of the Mages Guild, and they're just kind of staring at the group of the group of you. Uh, I'm sorry, Volan. I'm sorry. Um,
Wow.
anyway, anyway, uh, oh God, more puns. Anyway, as you get into there, you see the dorm is full. Has a few students. It's not as full as some of the other dorms. I mean, this is the newer dorm. Yeah, yes, it has some more updated bits, but it's also got a reputation to some as being haunted, mostly because of the fact that you were found there, Fern. Uh, One of the students recognizes you and just kind of, their eyes become saucers and they kind of whisper. He kind of like whispers over to another student. Um, He goes, "Oh my God, it's her! It's the one they pried out of the walls."
Yes, I am. And if you guys don't clear this wing, then I'll have to clear it with some of my demon compadres.
They go running.
You're not a very nice person.
Fern, that was a lot.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. We just needed this area cleared out so that we could do some searching in peace.
Fern,
Yes.
does the word polite mean anything to you?
Now wait a minute, Enola. That's a little rich. Come
Hey.
on, you.
Don't start.
It's okay. They knew I was kidding.
They
No, we didn't.
roll a perception check.
Who?
Anybody in this room right now? Anybody in the main dorm area, like the common room,
Okay.
the ones that you just chase the students out of. A rather fresh and recent odor comes to Fern's nose, even as she says that, and it's kind of evident, at least possibly to her, if she cares, that she did actually scare these students quite a bit.
Oh, I think they shit their pants.
Huh?
Didn't you guys smell that? Like, they shit their pants.
Yeah. Sorry about the noise. I was getting bread.
That's okay, the perception roll wouldn't have affected you anyway, Cogsworth. It was for smell.
But yeah, I'm gonna take them to the exact wall where I was pried out of and start looking. Is there a still hole in the wall where I was at?
No, this was a little while ago. I want to say, what was it? A year, 2 years, 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
How long did you think it was? So that you
3
said that
years.
last. Okay, so it's been 3 years. So no, that's been long sealed over. But that you do take them into the storage room, which has various cleaning supplies, extra bits of books, things for people to write on, extra bits of writing material, quick snacks for people in the kitchen, like rations, pretty much anything you would find in a mixed use storage area.
All right. I'm gonna look around and I'm going to look for any. What was that symbol that was on the book? I'm going to see if I can find anything that might have that kind of symbol on it.
All right, roll a perception check.
All right.
No, these walls, they're just made out of wood paneling, and there's nothing fancy about any of them. No symbols, and way too new for any of that.
Okay. I'm going to call in Volan, who is the captain, and ask her, see if she sees anything that looks familiar to her.
I could try. I'm not. Well, yeah, I'll take a look around. Should I roll a perception check?
Go for it. Perception or investigation, actually, since you're in a room. Investigation would probably be the better one.
Good.
Could I
Same for
assist
Fern.
her?
And if you're assisting, you can roll an advantage.
Big thing is I'm trying to look for markings that look similar to that circle from the other tower
Yeah.
when we fought the dragon.
Yep.
Even if the symbol is the design in the tile, underneath a rug, that kind of situation.
Yep. So you're looking throughout the common room. Yeah. Volan, yeah, you just kind of look around the storage room. Just looks really new, and from what you've heard, the symbols blend to something from over 1,000 years ago. So that none of this would match.
Yeah, Fern, I'm not really seeing anything. This is very new stuff. I mean, unless of course you wanted to start destroying the place and looking underneath it.
Cogsworth raises his warhammer.
Ooh, okay.
And Enola pops in and she's like, destroy?
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with destroying if it's for the greater good.
Cogsworth, bring down the hammer.
And where would you like to start hammering?
I would rather ask the headmistress first. We don't need to get kicked out of another nice establishment.
Here,
You said they were in a storage room?
I am going to tell him, you can start. I'm going to take them to about the wall where I was buried and say, hey, don't worry, you have my permission, and any trouble that you guys get in, I will take the blame for it. Here, start hammering here.
So
You said
she
we're in a
takes
storage
you.
room?
She takes you to the back of the small storage room, which pretty much only two of you can squeeze into at a time. It's not a big wide storage room. It's a sort of room that two horny college students could sneak off into and be alone
the
without being
janitor's
observed. It's a little bit bigger than a janitor's closet, but not by much.
Are there any hammers just like hanging around in there?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, fuck.
You don't see any. The closest thing that hammers is the war hammers that some of your party members may or may not have.
I'm just gonna like take out my dagger and just start like chiseling away.
I'm going to go walk back to the headmistress's office and request permission to do a little bit of demolition. Polite
As you get
demolition.
back to the office, you find that it is currently closed with a sign on the door saying "Be back soon." Roll an intelligence check.
22.
You recall her saying that she was actually heading down to the archives to see about finding more information to match the book.
I will go stumble my way to the archives, asking for directions as needed.
All right, then roll an investigation
people-
check. While the rest of the party, what are you guys doing? I heard Enola saying she was chiseling away. What else is everyone else doing?
I am going to, let's see here. What can that do? I lied. I'm not doing anything.
Okay. Just while we're at it, might as well just do a straight up detect magic. See
Alright.
what's up. That's an action, detect magic as well.
Okay. Can you post the spell here, please?
Oh yeah.
Detect magic is neat.
All right. Yeah. It's not penetrating the walls, of course, but you do notice that your new companion definitely has magical items on herself.
Okay.
And of course, there's the occasional like stray bangle that some student left behind like on a couch here in the common room that turned out to be nothing more than someone's some basically very mild enchantment, like better reading glasses or something along those lines.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Zephyrus. I'm like, did your detect magic, was it able to penetrate the wall?
Oh no, detect magic doesn't penetrate walls.
Well, I hope Cogsworth is really strong then, because that means that the wall is more than 1 foot of stone.
Have I made any progress with my chiseling?
Roll a strength check. We'll see.
Oh god. Yeah, let's have the 4 foot tall elf roll a strength check.
Yeah, no, you're just like making scrapings at the wood paneling.
I'm getting some more food. Carlos is going to be stumbling around the college until he eventually finds the archive, because he's
Mhm.
not breaking down anything without permission from
Yep.
someone in authority.
Okay, so we got what Nola's doing, we got what Zephyrus is doing, we got what Fern is doing, and we got what Cogsworth is doing. Dread, Topaz, and Volan, what are you three doing?
Oh, just hanging out, watching them.
That's about all I can do. There's not much I can do to help in this situation.
I was gonna say I was kind of keeping watch in case somebody decided to take a look in and see us destroying the place.
Alright.
So I'll be watch out.
Okay. Roll perception check for me, please.
That's not
Alright.
an advantage. It's an 11.
Okay.
My bad.
And I will see Dread and Whispers for a moment.
Okay.
All around you, as you're just hanging there, the room goes into its normal fade as Cell becomes a bit more visible. And Cell just kind of like hunkers down on the couch for a minute and just kind of shakes her head a bit. I did some thinking. I was thinking about the past. Something that I maybe should have told you last time we spoke about this, which, was not that long ago, but still. You're not in the wrong here, and your partnership with this new necromancer, while on the surface seems blasphemous, is not untoward. A long time ago, a staggering long time ago, she makes a laughing sound, about in fact, an age you might know. Remember that woman out of time that you met?
I don't remember her.
Yeah. I did some thinking, and it was her time period that I'm thinking about. Well, a bit past her time period, actually. The fall of her civilization. After the fall of her civilization, the world, as we know it, nearly ended, and in some ways, it led to the various sunderings that have followed. It wasn't just the one 6,000 years ago. There's been more. But anyway, at the fall of sometime after the fall of Valadar, there was a champion, a paladin of Quer, and he was her favorite. You could say he was her favorite. Again, champion, and he supported her wholeheartedly. But in order to help save the world as they knew it from being utterly destroyed by the best way to describe them would be, say, outsiders, aberrants, something highly chaotic yet organized, would be he had to team up with champions of other gods, one of which was a necromancer. And he ended up developing certain feelings for her. He was Quer's most beloved champion, even after that. Even after death, a long time after. And yet, he not only tolerated a necromancer, for another god entirely, he cared for her. So, the goddess will support you in whichever decision you wish to take with this fern. Whether you wish to what is it I'm trying to say? Disavow her, so to speak. I think I'm using the wrong term here. Or if you wish to support her as an ally. I know that's why that's why it'll be up to you and your own personal soul searching.
What's concerned about is her bringing undead.
Yes. I'm just trying to reassure you that you will not lose the goddess's if the goddess's most favorite champion could care for and respect and tolerate a necromancer, then if you decide to do the same, the goddess will not turn her back on you. You are still her paladin as long as you are upholding her ideals. An ally an ally can be made an exception of for certain things. Does that help?
That helps. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Dell, for talking to me.
You're very welcome. And things start fading back in.
Okay.
Out of character.
I hope so.
Cogsworth, are you back?
Literally just got back.
Sweet. Good timing then. So eventually you make your way into the archive. Some people immediately lower their books a bit and go, "A Warforged!" And some come scurrying over to you. The headmistress is sitting at a table with a couple of books and looks up towards you as she hears the commotion. Even have several people to start. Well, they're kind of poking at you, and kind of what would otherwise be considered very rude. It's like, oh wow, I've never seen a Warforged before. This is amazing. The headmistress nods a bit. Can I help you again? Is there something more? And she kind of looks at the others. Oh, leave this individual alone. And they kind of look at her and look at you and scutter off.
I understand if it can't be done, but the storeroom that Fern took us to, that she was expelled from, we are looking to see if there's any trace of that tower or any kind of magical circle. Would it be okay if I did some minor demolition to the floor in that room, see if there's any of that magical circle remaining there?
Well, I doubt the circle is there. From what I understand from Fern, she wasn't near the circle when the incident happened.
What I thought, but I had a hunch I wanted to follow up on. Thank you.
Well, if you insist on demolishing something, but that floor, I doubt there's anything in it besides another part of the dorm. Okay. So,
to your knowledge, is there anything past the wall inside that storeroom, or is it simply the exterior of the building?
Well, it has to be an interior somewhere. It's definitely not the exterior of the building. But I have no idea what's back behind that wall. There's so many places in the school is a bit out of character. I'd say think of it as the Winchester Manor. Maybe that'll help. Or what's that other place? Gormingest? Basically a vast winding place that seems to have rooms that come out of nowhere. But yeah.
Grizz, I have a question.
Sure.
Would I know what the effect on the entire room or building would be if I tried to use the spell Reduce on the wall?
Show me the spell Reduce.
Okay.
Please do not rocks fall party Dias. I've gotten this far without it ever happening.
Let's see. It doesn't say object. Let's see. Alright. Well, if you reduced the room, that would probably crush whoever was in the room. Assuming that it doesn't try to reduce everything. Assuming that it doesn't. The spell doesn't somehow think that the entire building is one object, at which point either its own internal magic would counter that, or it would potentially shrink the entire place, potentially killing all the people inside of it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you.
Well, there's got to be a limit to the size the spell can affect, right?
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, go with Plan B.
Question:
Okay.
Is there any possible way that this wall is sentient?
There was no magical aura coming off of it when Zephyrus cast a spell, and without that, it's hard to believe that it would be a sentient wall.
Okay, I was wondering if polymorph might work on it. Well, Cogsworth, you're up.
So you guys just gonna sit around until Cogsworth comes back?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep chiseling.
Yeah, chisel and nothing really happens. All you've done is made some scratches in the wood.
Well, you gotta keep trying.
You're
And
doing
Cogsworth
great work, Enola.
finally returns. The only thing that any of you might have noticed while during all this is that at one point Dread's eyes went unfocused and for a little bit, and then came back with her apparently nodding. I think.
Dread, are you okay?
I'm
You're what? Sorry, you cut out.
I'm fine. It's just got confirmation from Cell that Quare will not abandon me if I allow you to bring undead to help us.
Oh, that's good.
So we can get past this wall. That is.
Why do you view it as a flaw?
Wall accident. Wall.
Well,
Let's not judge
Freudian
out this
slip.
conversation again.
Captain.
If you guys start this again, I swear to God.
All right, out of character. I thought she said flaw.
it was definitely wool.
Oh, okay.
Someone's reading into the conversation.
Captain.
It's got a life of its own.
What's up, Enola?
I'm getting tired. Can I stop?
I
I
mean,
can't feel my little arms.
I don't mean to be rude, but you haven't made any progress. I don't know why you've been keeping up with this.
Because someone had to show initiative.
Well, I mean,
And it was either that or Dead Lady tries to squish all of us.
At that point, Cogsworth comes back into the room.
And Enola's just like pitifully trying to chip away at this wall.
Hey, Zephyrus. Hey, Zephyrus.
Yep.
So, your medium magics, are any of them capable of levitating a baton?
No.
Lame. Does anyone here know Mage Hand?
Well, obviously not me. But
Fern, do you know Mage Hand?
Nope. I know Unseen Servant.
Summon your unseen servant.
Okay. What do you want it to do?
Does anyone have a baton?
Payton, you know, the things that you jam into the walls. If you have a Dungeoneering or Explorer's pack, you might have them in there.
Yep, 10.
Hold on, let me look. Yeah, I have one.
Let me see it.
So how big are these objects?
Are they like a railroad tie?
Yeah, I think it's a bit like that.
Decently thick, like 6-7 inches long?
Yeah, you basically
So-
they're used for jamming into sheer walls so that you can climb them, but you can do other things with them too.
So you're gonna see this tiny elf struggle to get you this object, but she eventually gets it. And just like holds it up above her head. Here.
Right. Cogsworth takes it with one hand easily. I need your unseen servant to hold this and position it right about here. I'm gonna guess the wall is stonework, with like little
No.
bits of grout?
Nope. The wall, as I've been saying, is wood paneling.
I did not hear that because I was upstairs getting food.
Yeah, it's wood paneling wool. That's what she's been carving at this whole time.
Oh, I wouldn't have asked about the baton if I knew. The way people were talking about it, I thought it was stone. And I will take my hammer and just attempt to smash through the wall, sledgehammer style.
All right, roll strength. Roll your attack.
Oh,
For some reason,
Oh God.
you hit the wall, and it doesn't even make a dent.
I'm going to tell my unseen servant. Let's see. Your name shall be Barnacle. Barnacle, your task is to remove this wall, please.
All right.
Okay, he just picks up the wall and puts it in his pocket.
I'm
So-
gonna look
This
at
is-
Tom
So there's a bit of a sound as the unseen servant gets to work, starting to pull at the seams of the wall, attempting to remove the paneling.
Do you all want help? Because I feel like I could do this pretty easily.
Now you want to help?
Well, it's just getting pathetic now. Because
let me give it one more try.
Are you calling pathetic?
no, I'm saying the
I
attempt
mean-
is pathetic.
My servant here literally has one task in life, and that is to do whatever I tell it to do. So it's gonna get this wall off.
Smash!
But is it?
That the second hit
supposed to do-
splinters the wood paneling, and dribbles all the pieces onto the floor, and comes into connect with a bit of a hollow space and stone, along with a bit of this kind of reddish, orangish material in the wall.
I'm
This is
gonna
a
run
bit-
up to the reddish, orangish material.
It's in this depression that's sort of, well, around the reddish and orangish material is sort of humanoid shaped and exactly the right size for Fern.
Fern, I found your bed.
Huh. Yes. Well, I'm going to go in there and look for any maybe notes or anything from over 1,000 years ago.
All right, roll an investigation check.
What's the orange crap?
Investigation. It's amber. It's what I was entrapped in for many long time.
Many long time.
Yeah.
Like,
You see nothing. Your eyes are basically fixed on the amberish substance that you were one time sealed in, and all you see in your mind is flashes of that day a long time ago.
You feel a tug on like your clothes. Fern, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for some notes that my old professor, maybe he had some notes on where this circle might be, or maybe even have some answers on what happened to me that day over 1,000 years ago.
I can look.
I
As
just
you're
wonder why
saying
they
that,
didn't tell the Amber.
Saying that, Fern, please roll an intelligence check.
I just wonder why they
Intelligence?
didn't tell the Amber.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm pretty decent at that.
Were you decent at investigations?
You actually kind of remember that the tower, well, not actually part of the necromancy hall, did have an entrance in the necromancy hall to it. You don't know where the other entrances are offhand, but you do remember that on the far eastern side, one of the rooms in the far eastern side of the necromancy hall, there was like a semi-secret entrance into the transportation tower that your boss occasionally, your professor occasionally used.
Hey, Grizz.
Oh,
It's in the opposite direction as his office.
Hey, Grizz.
Yes?
Can I try to chip away at some of the amber?
Sure. Roll an attack.
To take with me?
Make an attack roll.
With strength.
Or
Wait.
strength roll, sorry.
Oh, strength. Sorry.
Or either way, is that strength or dexterity on the +8?
I am not sure.
So
It's Dex.
it's
It's a
Dex.
finesse
oh well,
weapon with
actually,
a
if you're doing that with your dagger, then we can just do the attack. So yeah, you chip away a bit of the of this amberish substance.
Guys, now that I think about it, there was a secret entrance to the teleportation tower on the eastern side of the necromancy hall. I think I can lead you guys there.
Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
Holds up the amber. How much do you think this would go for?
I don't know. Can I take a look at it? See if it's worth anything?
You're gonna give it back, right?
Sure.
You're gonna give it back, right?
Yeah. If I wanted more, I'd just go get some. What should I roll, Grizz?
Let's see. That would be appraisal. Roll intelligence.
Okay.
Ah, fuck.
I
Yeah.
still don't get why they didn't sell the frickin' chunk.
You have no idea because you've never seen it before, but you do know that if you found the right collector, maybe you could, bullshit them or something like that. Maybe they'll want to buy it.
You could probably sell this to someone. People will buy anything. I mean,
Captain, give
Anola.
us an amber.
If you tell them that, someone it encased someone for over 1,000 years and kept them at the same age, then you might be able to sell it for quite a bit of money.
So sell it like a youth thing, like the stay young thing.
Yes.
Clerics will hate you.
Well, you wear it and you stay young.
Yeah. Perfect.
Clerics hate this one trick.
Now let's go to the eastern wing of the necromancy hall and see if I can find that secret entrance to the teleportation tower.
Cogsworth, I'm tired. Can you carry me?
No.
And I'm gonna start heading towards where I remember the secret entrance going.
You don't actually move anywhere because, it's been 3 years, and all you remember is that before you went into the amber, the last thing you remember is you were standing near the entrance to the necromancy hall, and you woke up right here, and no one has seen the necromancy hall in over 1,000 years.
All right, guys, we're here.
That was a long walk.
We made it!
I'm tired from walking now.
Do I see anything like in this little?
Roll an investigation.
Can I assist?
Yes, you may. Roll at advantage.
Also, how deep into the bowels of the college are we in?
You're semi-deep into the bowels of the college. The college is very tall and sprawling, and no one's really sure just how big it is. So that's
Okay.
a 15. As you look around, you're looking at the amber, and you look around, and you see a tiny little. You not really see anything. Sorry, it's more of you detect a faint whiff of something past a little teeny piece of the wall, and it draws your eye there. And as you're looking, you realize that this little part of the wall is not as connected to the rest as everything else, indicating that there might have been a doorway here at some point, or that there's a break in the wall into a room beyond it.
So,
But it's not. It's like really tiny. It's like mouse sized.
so Anola like puts her nose up in the air, and you just hear her sniffing, like, and she like waddles over.
It's
Hey,
It's right by where the amber is currently located.
Fern.
Yeah.
Fern,
Yes, my love.
is your servant still around?
Yeah, it's gonna be here for an hour.
Great, I need him to break down this wall.
Okay. Hey, servant. Here.
Uncle.
Can you please find a way into this wall? You said that is there some sort of secret passage there or something?
I smell something.
She melts something on the other side. Can you please find a way over?
All right. You feel a bit of the wind as the uncertain servant moves, but and you think that they're no longer in the room with you, but they didn't pass by you out of the storage closet.
So, how big is this amber chunk?
Let's see. She broke off a tiny piece, like it kind of fits in the palm of her hand.
I mean, no, the amber that
Oh,
Fern was encased in was like
it's
her whole
the-
body.
Her whole body was encased in that. Most of
Like-
that part was removed and either studied, or destroyed, or was destroyed somehow. It's been 3 years. I don't think the rest of the people told Fern exactly anything else. They just, they were just like surprised that she was alive and how long ago it's been.
So-
You sure that was amber and not
Yeah.
solidified sweat?
What I'm wondering, like, how much is there? Is it still like?
Yeah, there's still a depression of
Fairly tight.
a human being in there, and it's like it's there. It's along the wall. It's almost like partial insulation inside there. The amber is almost forming like even if you put back the human form sealed in the amber, it would be like partial insulation inside that wall. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. So if we could, I'd like to attempt to scooch the amber out of the way somehow to allow easier access to the potential passage.
The amber won't actually move. It's like it's at least as firm as the wood paneling was. So you basically need to bash it out of the way.
Hey, Volan,
Yeah, what's up?
here. Hands are my hammer. Hit it.
You want me to use your hammer?
Yes. We need to break it.
Wait,
I mean-
Captain. After you do that, can you break down this wall?
Oh my god.
I smell
The-
something. I smell
the
something on
amber
the other
is-
side.
The amber's blocking the wall.
Okay. The amber's blocking the wall. You smell something behind there. Yeah?
I smell something. Yes.
Okay. Well, sure. But do I have to use this? Can I just great axe?
Sure, I just don't know if what'll work best.
It'll...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. You go ahead.
Grizz, does the smell? Is it familiar to me at all?
Roll a nature check.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm great at those.
Ooh, you are great at those.
You take a sniff and you definitely smell what's probably like a rat hole, like definitely ratty smell, bedding, excrements, rat
The
urine.
player would actually know that.
Yes, so you did. Well, except it's not in the nice cool bedding that you get at a pet store. No, this is the rat that's living under your house type of bedding. So that sort of smell hits your nose.
Maybe we should rethink this. I know what I'm smelling.
It's fine. Break it down.
It's,
Yeah.
but it's rats.
Too late. I have your warhammer. 2 reckless attacks. Just one.
Ooh,
We'll
reckless
see.
attacks.
Yeah, let's make it.
Let's go for it. Make your attack.
Azure swinging.
Double crit. Double crit. Good enough.
Good enough. Smash! The bits of amber go everywhere along with bits of stonework, and the second smash, and you hear a faint squeaking noise as a couple of rats run away, but they're not threatening you, and you find yourself all of a sudden looking at an old indoor room past this wall. Fern, you vaguely remember this as some kind of classroom in the necromancy hall.
Fern, is this it?
This is one of my old classrooms. Would I remember would I remember from where this classroom was to where I can go to where I remember the teleportation circle being?
You believe that once you leave this room, you head north and then east along the corridor.
If we head north from this room and then east along the corridor, I think it will take us to the teleportation circle.
What's a corridor?
Exactly what I was about to.
Corridor.
Oh. So does that mean we need to break down walls?
I mean, if there are walls there, then yeah, we need to break them down.
Captain?
It's a non-issue. I got this.
Start hitting shit.
So I'm gonna lead them north.
Nope. You're still. Let me describe the room. So
Okay.
you guys move in past the wall after you finish like breaking out enough space for you guys to actually move through, including Cogsworth, be able to move through. And you're in an old classroom.
What do you mean, including Cogsworth? I'm not that fat.
I'm just saying, of all the characters, you're the most bulky. So
I am?
Honey, you do have some puds.
Yes.
The half-orc barbarian isn't bulkier?
she's also capable of maneuvering better.
Oh.
Even her ass doesn't get stuck.
Just ask Topaz about that one. She's very flexible.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm much Topaz.
versus
That's
Cogsworth,
fucking
who is not very. Where did Cogsworth go? Anyway.
Oh, our internet's being kind of fucky.
Okay.
Come on, babe, put your butt into it.
Anyway, so you're
Topaz, those buttons made it.
so you find yourself in this old classroom. It's dark. There's still that faint whiff of rats that Enola picked up. There are clumps of amber all over the place, mostly along the wall you just destroyed. And in some of them, there are bits and pieces of body. In fact, in one piece of amber, there is a half body of what looks like a student. Like their face and an arm is still in there. They're fully formed. Their eyes wide. Their face just locked in an ever scream.
What the hell happened to these people?
And nearby is the probably what was once the rest of the body, now completely skeletonized, just laying there.
Was this some kind of a spell gone bad?
Fern,
Yes.
do you know this person?
You would, and you can, like, when it comes to random students in these, you feel free to name them or describe them if you wish.
All right. So that's that one. With the half face. That one is Demetrius.
God damn it, Caleb.
Probably looked a little different in the yearbook picture, huh?
What's a yearbook?
Never mind.
That one over there.
I always knew he was two-faced.
That one over there with its body completely disconnected. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, that one might have been Tesla. Tesla Burns. She was a very, very intelligent, not nearly as intelligent as me, but she was very intelligent.
I don't mean to cut you off, but do we really need to know their names?
Yeah, I'd rather not put names to these.
It's kind of sad, yeah.
Do I see Professor Wrexham anywhere?
In this particular room, no, you did not. You see,
This one over
you
here is
see a few
art,
bits of amber.
or a piece of art.
You see a few, like, scattered old kind of metal tables, seats, chairs. Like, think, like, what to us is an old style classroom, but this is even more ancient. But, things are made out of sturdy, not stone, sturdy metal. There's a door off to the west, but you can see a lot of amber past there. The amber is not blocking that particular door, but you can just see, looking that direction, there's a lot of amber flooding that corridor.
Are there any drawers?
Roll an investigation check.
If the others don't mind, I wouldn't mind grabbing the headmaster or someone like she would appoint to examine this with us. They probably want to know.
Intelligence check.
For me?
For anyone who wishes some plot point information.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not thinking Peter right this second. Getting something
Okay.
real quick.
That's fine then.
Can I just roll in Ollaras like with the sidekick or Avray?
It's okay. It's okay. I've got somebody to answer that question for. Even as Cogsworth says that, Fern, you realize that's what you exist for, or at least that's why you're here. You're the person that's going to be doing that, since you're working for this college after all.
Yep.
So that person is you.
Yes, I am writing down notes as we're going through here, and I will report to the headmistress after we get done doing whatever we're doing.
I rolled a 14 on my investigation, Grizz.
Alright, yeah, you look around, and unfortunately there doesn't seem to be any drawers anywhere. There's bits of corpses.
You know how bad I wanted to ask, do the corpses have pockets?
The corpse, the only real corpse that you can actually get to, is completely skeletonized, that whose half is not locked in amber. The skeletonized part, even whatever they might have been wearing as lower garments, is all gone. But in the amber, you see bits and pieces of a robe still encasing her body.
Hey, Volan, what do you name a student stuck in a hole?
What?
Phil.
Okay. Hey, so don't ever do that again.
That joke was wholly unpleasant.
Anola, can we just leave these two here? I mean, Volan, can we just leave these two here?
Yes.
Okay, great.
What? I can dig it.
Okay.
Alright.
Don't try to
I'm gonna
pit us
throw them
against the
over
rest of the party.
Sometimes I wish you had an off switch. Wait, do you have an off switch?
Starts looking.
I'll be honest though, with Aid and Bless on Topaz, I'd be scared to see her go against the party. A couple bad rolls and she would fuck us up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, monks are OP.
Topaz? Are you into bondage?
So there are
Really personal question.
So there are only two ways out of this room. One is back south, the way you guys came. Another one is through a half-open door to the east.
I'll get back to you on that.
Sorry, to the west. West.
I was just gonna say, keep her mouth shut.
So, would I know where that hallway to the west would lead to?
That's the main hallway. The one that goes north and then goes east and west from there.
Here, let's
Lined with
head
classrooms and offices.
Let's head out this doorway, and this doorway, if we take it north towards the corridor to the east, it'll take us to the teleportation circle.
We're not blocked by Amber.
I mean, Volan looks pretty capable of dealing with it.
Yeah, I'm not concerned if we. Good. Want me to? Do you want me to lead forward? Hey, we're good. If you need me to cut
Captain?
anything, just let me know. Yeah.
Yes. Like I said, can you please smash this amber leading out to the west hallway, because that's going to take us.
Well, no, the
to...
hallway to the west, the hallway. There is a way out to the door, but once you guys get out into the hallway, you see there's a door across from you on the western hall. There is another door to the south, which would have led out of this particular hall and into the main hall, of the building, but is currently blocked over. And to the north, where there should be a corridor, is completely covered in amber. That does anyone have a light on?
I do not, but I have dark vision now.
Yeah, I have dark vision.
So we're all just standing around in the dark?
The people with dark vision, which I think everyone in the party might possess, would be able to see lots of black and, basically it would all be black and white because there's no actual light here to show you the colors. But you can see that there's definitely amber here in your way, but it is only partially opaque. It's, you can sort of see through it. But this hallway seems to have at least 10 feet of amber in just connecting from hall to hall. And it appears to have captured a whole lot of things. You can see various students that look like they're in the middle of running away from something. And in the middle of it, there is a large hulking form.
the fuck is
Large
that?
hulking form.
Yep, that's all you can see with your dark vision through through the amber.
Wait, maybe if I survived, all these students have survived too.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna
I
keep it real
doubt
with
the
you.
ones that are.
It doesn't look great.
But like, if they're encased, and like completely and intact, that's how I was. And
Yeah, and look how well you turned out.
I'm
Okay.
alive.
What about the thing? What about the thing in there?
Oh, we just leave that alone.
Yeah, let's leave it in the amber if we can.
Anola's going to pull out her dagger and just like start chipping away
Roll
at
attack.
one of the encased students.
Well, they're like at least 2 feet back from this amber bit where you see a bunch of crumbled amber on the ground.
Can I make it back there?
You have no idea.
Well, here, let's just go into this hallway across the corridor then and see if there is a way around.
Does no one want to take a peek at what that thing is? Because it's kind of big. Might come back to bite us. And I don't know. Bite us.
What is it?
That
We
big
just see a
hulking
big
figure
figure.
that we can't see because I don't know. It's like 10 feet in there. And it's
Uh,
dark.
Yeah,
I
it's
still
dark,
have to take magic.
and it's a large hulking thing. Whatever it is, it's large.
All right, everyone, get back, cover your ears. I'm about to do something and it's gonna hurt.
Wait, why?
I'm
Okay.
going to cast a spell that would hopefully shatter all this amber.
No. Wait a
Including the
minute.
big hulking one?
No, we don't want that. Wait a minute.
No.
We just
Hold
want
on.
to see what's in it.
What? Yeah, why don't we see and figure out what it is before, we blow the shit away from it?
Do I recognize what it looks like, Grizz?
Roll an Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay, I am.
It's large. It's vaguely humanoid. Oh god,
Damn.
the devil. Oh god.
Damn.
Okay, you know exactly what this is. Give me a second. Let me whisper it to you. All right, you take a better look at it through the darkness, and realize, oh fuck, you really don't want to mess with that. That was one of Guilford's Wrexham's favorite, but most dangerous, shall we say, pets. It's a bone claw.
Oh, okay. Yep. Never
Yeah,
mind.
You know what that is. And
Okay.
you really don't want to wake that thing up if it's trapped in amber.
Okay. Yep. Good idea. Okay. Actually, upon further inspection, we do not want to break this amber.
What is it?
Well, it was one of my professor's favorite pets.
That doesn't answer my question.
Yeah. True. What was it?
Well, Dread, you would really love this thing.
Fern?
It's called a bone claw.
Oh.
Hold on, I gotta look that up because I have no idea what that is.
What is that?
It's awful.
Oh god! No!
Out of
Yeah,
character, I don't know what it is.
Just look it up.
It's a nasty boy.
Just look it up. Yeah,
So,
Will do.
keep it there. Keep it there.
I mean, Dread, it would go against your god or goddess to leave it there since it is undead, right?
Barn.
It is also one of the worst undead.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm not
if
saying I would know this.
still exists, if it's still technically alive, kind of putting that in quotation mark, we need to eliminate it.
So wouldn't it
Um,
technically be eliminated, quotation marks, if it's stuck in the amber?
I mean, yeah, it's out of the way.
Oh,
And I would
okay.
also like to point out, if I may, Dread.
Yeah.
In its current state, it's effectively neutralized, and if we open it up, is there any guarantee that we'd be able to deal with it? What if we fail and it unleashes havoc upon this town, upon this capital? It would do very little to help the cause. If anything, it would make it worse. We could keep it on the back burner, take care of it later, with a bit more assistance.
Grizz, could I make a check to figure out what I know about Bone Claws so
Sure,
that
Arcana check.
I can apply my other character? Yeah, Arcana.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Oh, nice! Nice. Another natural 20 on the Bone Claw knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to. I know a lot about Bone Claws.
Okay,
out of
so
character.
yeah, I had a player in another game years ago, a really toxic game as it turned out, convinced me to let her use a Bone Claw. Anyway, so you know that the resistances: cold, necrotic, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical attacks. You know their immunities: they can't be charmed, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, or poisoned. You know that it works for some kind of master. You know that it has the ability to regenerate. As long as its master is a lot... Well, actually, yeah. You know that... rejuvenate. You know that if its master is still around somewhere, which, who knows, that it has the capability of repairing itself later on, even if you destroy it. One of the more nastier things is that you know that it can attack quickly, and out of character, this means that it has the ability to attack when something comes into range, not just leaves its range. It doesn't just simply get an attack of opportunity; it gets an instant attack called Deadly Reach. And worst of all, its reach is 15 feet.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a 15-foot fucking reach.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're challenge rating 12.
Yep.
But yeah. I guess this makes less sense for my character because has a particular distaste for liches, and I'm pretty sure Bone Claws are made because of a failed lich, right?
Well, it's something that a lich could make. It's also possible that yes, it could be a result of someone being betrayed on the lich by somebody else attempting to teach lichdom or something along those lines. But it's really like something that a really nasty necromancer could put together and do.
Okay, so they are lich adjacent.
They are very nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of that, they are they are a rather intelligent undead. They have a +1 to their intelligence, which means that they are not mindless undead. They are intelligent and planning undead.
Okay.
All right.
I think I was the only one that didn't look.
I think you were.
So, going through all this, I'll look at this Bone Claw and your Divine Sense on it. Is still active?
Yeah, your Divine Sense is definitely going off at this point. You're getting a foul smell of the undead, and it's not just coming from the amber in front of you. There are other undead in this region.
Yes, this thing is... I know quite a lot about these nasty things.
Why does that not surprise me?
If we are going to fight it, I could relay some important information about fighting them.
Well, let's not fight it for right now.
Okay.
Well, it might be good to... I'm sorry, go ahead, Dread.
There's major undead in the area besides it, from what I'm sensing.
Makes sense. This is a hall of necromancy. I just hope they're in control still.
Anyone that rose these things lost control after 24 hours. It's been over 1,000 years.
Hey,
Can
Fern.
you gain control of them?
I can't control them. No, I didn't raise them.
You didn't raise any of them?
Not that I know of.
Oh, well, I
is
still want to figure out if these students are alive.
Well, this thing is far too powerful to be raised or controlled by Fern. No offense.
I'm sure.
I
was gonna say,
would
I'm sure
normally
there's no
take a-
offense there.
I would normally take offense to that, but that is 100% true. I mean, maybe I can fireball it.
Fern,
Are they?
we
mean, that
don't
would do
wanna
something.
break the amber.
If I might ask, are they considered residents from another plane, or are they natives to here?
Natives to here usually.
Darn.
Well, here, let's just go into this other room right here and see if there's any way around the amber.
Yeah. My
Sure,
main
but
concern is that whatever.
Zephyrus, if you could tell us how it might be effective to fight them, because if Dredd is right, which she usually is, and there's more undead, that might be helpful information going forward.
And knowing us, an amber's going to accidentally get broken.
Is this amber actually worth anything?
Well, I mean, it's keeping alive whatever's inside.
So
Alive being a relative term.
If someone really likes amber, they could buy it as a gemstone. We could also take a big enough chunk, and if any of us are good with art, someone could like chisel it or fashion it into some kind of totem or talisman.
I went
Also,
over to
I have-
Topaz. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
still have detect magic like up. So is the amber magical? Like
The
I assume
amber
it is.
is giving off a really tiny glow. It's sort of magical. It's basically similar to the glow you might expect off of someone that's under the effect of a flesh to stone spell. It's got similar properties, it seems.
Okay.
That's abjuration, isn't it?
So yes, it would be abjuration. There we go.
Okay.
I love that word.
Maybe we should start putting pieces in a sack.
Yeah,
I
that'd
have
be
a bag of
cool or
holding.
something.
Here, let's just put all of them in my bag of holding.
Don't we also have a bag of holding?
Yes, I do.
Great. I'm going to put my piece in Cogsworth's bag of holding.
Mm,
Why do I have a feeling that whatever we're looking for is directly behind the bone claw?
Because it probably is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always how it goes.
I really
Well,
hope that
so
whatever
maybe-
divine being watches over us did not put whatever we're looking for directly behind the bone claw.
It's
That'd
it's
be
like
you
very
here's-
mean.
Maybe, just maybe.
Praying to
I
your
was-
GM. Okay.
I was one of Professor Wrexham's brightest pupils. Maybe the Bone Claw will recognize me and ask and leave us alone if I ask it nicely.
Fern,
Maybe
well, yeah,
they're
they're
not.
not.
you
I mean,
are
maybe
his
they're not
favorite
mindless.
pupil?
Roll an intelligence check.
If you are his
Intelligence?
favorite pupil,
Yep. Roll an intelligence
and
check.
and you came up with that idea, he clearly didn't have many pupils.
You say that, and then you look back at the students and the expressions on their faces, and you realize that right directly behind the bone claw in the tableau of the amber, there is a skewered body and blood that would have been dripping off the claws when the amber was, suddenly came up around it. So either the Bone Claw was sent to kill all of these students, which you were a student, or the Bone Claw went crazy. Hard to tell which without asking it any questions, but there's
Yeah.
not a good. Not the odds are not necessarily in your favor that this thing will respond pleasantly towards you if it was killing other students at the time.
Captain, I want to get to those bodies.
Do you want me to start breaking it?
Very carefully not to hit the bone claw or the bodies. I'm
Do
So you're
very
saying-
small, so I just need a small path.
you
So you're
want the
saying
fight
that's-
advice?
Right, yeah, let's do that first.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
So
look for bodies elsewhere.
real quick, Fern, is Professor Hexam, the master of this thing, still alive?
Is Professor Wrexham still alive? I
Yeah.
have no idea. I highly doubt it.
Okay.
Unless he's encased in amber.
So
Yeah, because we won't be able to fully destroy it. It'll come back in like a couple hours if the master's still alive.
Well, if we find the teleportation circle, we won't be here for another couple hours.
That's true.
This thing
yeah,
goes
these
free
things.
throughout the university.
These things. I'm just gonna share the resistances that I
Go for it.
got from Grizz. It's resistant to cold damage, necrotic, and bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. It's also immune to the condition charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, and poisoned.
The feeling is we're fucked.
Can't we just chip around it?
We have
Yeah,
magical
try to
weapons.
chip around it.
I don't know about you.
Just remove
also-
it in one big piece with the amber still around it. Then we can decide what to do with it.
There's also one more tidbit of information you guys should know. It has a reach of 15 feet.
Hey, guys,
Indeed.
I have a suggestion.
Go the opposite direction.
If we can, is there any way you think we could fit it in a bag of holding?
I don't think
Doubtful.
so.
Nope, it's large.
Okay, never mind. Or maybe what we can do is, like, while we're chipping at it, we can chip off his claws so that he can't use those against us if he gets free.
Or just leave the amber around his claws. So all he's doing is swinging around big amber pods.
Ooh, I like
just
that
not
idea
break
better.
it open right now. I don't feel like getting
But they're
hit
also
by them.
pretty strong.
How about we see if we can go around it, or better yet, if there's any minor undead that we can deal with, we deal with those one by one. And then we look for the circle like we came here to do.
Hey Grizz, side question.
Sure.
Did you ever give me my boots and cloak?
You didn't add those to your character sheet?
This
I must
isn't
have
like
forgotten.
D&D Beyond. You can add it yourself.
Yeah,
with the
you,
little compendium
yeah. The
feature.
compendium is really cool because you can just
Mhm.
drag and drop them onto your character sheet.
Well, I'll do that real quick then.
You click the I, you type it, you find what you want, you click it, you hold it, you drag it, you drop it, badoop. That's the
Volan,
official term.
from experience, I know that you guys are capable of handling something of that CR title. I have thrown people of similar level to you at things with slightly higher CRs and they've survived.
Badoop.
Okay, so we try to go around it. Nola, we'll probably find more of this amber stuff around there, and I can. Are you really sure you want to make sure they're alive?
Perception
Because
check.
Yes.
Perception
Yes,
check.
I do.
Well, we're gonna have to somehow get on the other side of it, anyways.
If they
All right, Volan.
wow.
As you
So
turn,
many
towards and talk to your companions about this, you are the first person to notice that there appears to be a light. Enola, can you mute, please? Thank you. There appears to be a light that is refracting through the amber that seems to be slowly moving. Somewhere on the other side of the hall, past the 10 feet of amber.
Guys, do you see that light?
I have a question, Grizz.
Sure.
Is the amber extending all the way up to the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna suggest climbing over.
And Topaz, you definitely see the same thing.
Yeah, whatever it is, it looks like it's getting closer to us.
Do we hide or do we fight? Or prepare for a fight?
It's on the other side of the amber, in the on the other side of the hall. So around you there is the door to the east that you came out of. There's a door to the west that's currently closed, and there's what used to be a door to the south, but that's been bricked over from the other side.
I'm gonna open the door to the west.
Yeah.
And you find yourself peering into a classroom that you vaguely remember was a room where people did a lot of reading and research. Not a library room. The main library room is on the far eastern the far eastern side of the hall, opposite from the professor's office. But this one was where a lot of the library books came, and people would sit and read and do research on. And it's pretty much just all rubble now. In fact, there's enough rubble that you can see through to the next room, to the north. Um, there's also like a partially buried skeleton in one corner. No evidence of knowing who this person used to be.
Hey guys, there's a way into the room to the north, so maybe we can get around all this amber.
Okay.
Just gotta look out for the light.
Might be somebody we want to talk to. It's hard to say yet.
So I'm gonna head.
Spook?
Go ahead, Nola. Sorry.
No, that's it. That was it. I just asked if
Okay.
it was a spook.
So
it's
I'm
on
gonna
the
head through the rubble towards the north.
Before I forget, though, there's something I need to do. Do. And yes, that I hum that as I cast this. But once again, aid. Upcast to level 3. Volin, Topaz, and Dread have 10 more health. Because I feel like we're gonna need it.
A word.
And also, it increases your health in addition to the maximum.
Okay. So you see through into the room to the north, and this you call is a room that you spent a lot of lecture time in, Fern. Mostly areas for people to sit and take notes, and a large blackboard on the opposite wall. It's still there, but the chalk is all crumbled in dust. Any paperwork that used to be there, it's all rotted away. Like there's bits and pieces, maybe of scraps of leather in both this room and the room to the north. There's a few mounds and corners where there probably was once rat nests, and you can see like old bones from there, rat bones and such. No student or professor bodies in this room, though. Just in the
school's
southern
out
room.
for summer.
Is there a door that
Yes,
leads
there's a
back?
door. There's a door to the east that leads into the hall. And while you see a few scattered pieces of amber on the ground, you do not. The door does not appear to be blocked by the amber. It seems to be just past the ambered corridor with the bone claw in it.
I'm gonna tell back to my peoples. So there's a store right here. Remember, the light was on the other side of the amber, so the light might be on the other side of the store. So, if anyone who's a little less squishy than me would like to open the door, feel free to do so.
I'll
I
open the
point at
door.
Volan.
I'll open the door.
Also, real quick, do we still have aid active from earlier today, where Cogsworth
Just from
in
this
the
one.
casino cast?
All right. Roll perception check, please, Dread.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at those.
All right. You don't hear anything, and you don't think you even see the light anymore, or at least you can't tell where it's coming from.
Guys, it's all clear.
Yeah, it seems all clear out here. Yeah. I'll step out in the hallway. Can I see the phone claw from here? Out in the hallway.
Yeah, you look down towards the south, and you definitely see the bone claw and the students from behind. You see more of what was a corpse, and you see a few, but you don't see the expected bones on the floor. You see like other things, and as you step out of the hall, you hear a loud cackling noise coming from the north, where the hall goes east and west. You hear?
Grace,
I'd like you to
you're
roll for
scarily
initiative.
Good at that. You're scarily good at that.
Did you say initiative?
Yes, please.
All right, so I need to click on my token first, right?
Yeah, what you do is you select your token, and then you go into your sheet and hit initiative.
Okay.
Oh God. Zephyrus, no!
Oh yeah.
Little slow on the draw there, huh, buddy?
Oh.
So Volvin just says nope and turns around and walks away.
Please roll higher than an 11.
These things are fun.
I love flame skulls.
Babe, that was
I always
awkward.
think of lost souls from Doom when I see them.
If only I was Caladriel.
Then there's Caleb bringing up the rear.
You
If
mean leading
only
the
I was
pack?
Cloud.
If
You're much
only I
more
didn't
confident
crit
in
fail
this
on
fight.
initiative.
I mean,
Let's see here. Let me draw your box real quick to delimitate
stop
where you
adding
guys
things.
are. So you guys are in a room over here. Dread stepped out into the corridor, at which point since he wasn't sneaky, the flame skull spotted that was doing patrols that was causing that light spotted her and started its cackling alarm. All the skeletons will go on the same initiative. Yeah.
You just have the sneaky person go check
I'm
things
just
out.
going to throw that one there and just going to copy that.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah, that skeleton up there, that's just a marker for saying that it's for all the skeletons initiative. Makes it easier for me to deal with so I don't accidentally delete the wrong one. So you guys are kind of safe and sound inside of a room right now. Except for Dread. Fern, what do? You do not recognize that cackling. It's just a weird cackling noise.
I'm going to step out in the hallway next to Dread,
Okay?
and I am going to look at the flame skull. Do I recognize the flame skull at all?
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do. Go down.
Well, you've definitely read about these before. You've never really seen probably never really seen one, let alone made one.
Would I know, like, are they undead?
Yes, they're definitely undead. You know that they're resistant to lightning, necrotic, and piercing, and they're also immune to cold, fire, and poison. They cannot be charmed, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, or prone. They can speak. The other really nasty thing is much like the bone skull, the bone claw, simply killing them is not enough. They regenerate after a while.
Okay. I'm going to point my wand at it, and I'm going to say, I wonder if this works. I would like to see a frog.
Nice. Wisdom saving throw. Yeah! Well, that is cool, because I know that Flame Skull is not immune to form change. I did accidentally let something that shouldn't have been able to be form changed once, and it was actually pretty funny, because I turned him into a snail, but he got away anyway. But, now I'm actually very much more adept at polymorph rules. So, you said frog, I will give you a frog.
Okay. So after doing so, I'm going to tell my party members, do not hurt the frog. And then that's my turn.
And so now we're all very confused. What?
There's now a little frog jumping around over there. It hops up and down, but it can no longer make that laughing sound. It's just
Alright,
kind of
and
sitting there now.
That is my turn.
And Tread, it's your turn.
Alright, so those skeletons are within walking distance.
Yeah, you can kind of see the skeletons, although the light has been pulled out of the corridor now that the flame skull is a frog. But you, with your dark vision, can see that there are definitely skeletons in the hallway. There's also a huge amount of amber in this side of the corridor as well. And little bits and pieces of amber on the far northern room in this hallway. You also never mind. I'll tell you that part later. What would you like to do?
Move as far as I can, so I'm going to fire with my crossbow. skeleton.
Okay.
For protection, I'll cast spiritual weapon.
And what does your spiritual weapon look like?
It's a floating skull, kind of. Probably similar to the flame skull.
Yes, you're the one with the floating skull.
So it's not a frog.
Oh yeah, I had a party that turned managed to turn a purple worm into I think a regular earthworm. That was pretty fun. And you're doing it against the same one? That kills it.
Yeah. In a turn.
All right, Volin.
Sure, I'll come out way where
You see like a frog hopping around on the floor, and you heard the smashing of bones as Dread smashed a skeleton.
Alright, I'll step up. I see this guy yet?
Mm-hmm.
35 feet. I'll pull out the pike.
Is this one a different one?
No, that's
Or-
Dread's spiritual weapon.
Oh.
You've seen it before. She has a skull that she uses against them.
I'm gonna make 2 strikes with the pike.
Nice. Both hit, and that skeleton turns into its component bones once more.
Alright, that's my turn.
Enola!
Alright, so.
Yeah,
5,
door's
10,
over here. So, yeah.
20, 25, 30, 35.
And now you
then
reach the
I'm gonna-
other side of the corridor, which is another door.
But can I see? I can see this one, right?
You'd have to go up. Sorry, I'll
okay.
My bad. My
Well,
bad.
hell. Didn't know there was anything over here.
Yeah, that's why I said it's my bad. I should have put that there. There we go.
Well, shit.
You can see the frog that's hopping around on the floor.
Well, yeah, but I was told not to attack it, so. Well, I guess that's it for me then.
And those are the doors. There we go. Skeleton. You can hold your attack until you see something.
Oh, I can't I? Okay,
Yeah.
I will hold my I think I have a crossbow, my short bow.
Okay. So-
Attack until I see a skeleton.
10, 15. There we go. It comes into view.
Convict.
And you wouldn't have sneak attack on this. So-
No, I still have
Yeah.
it.
Actually, aren't you the piratey one? Do you have to be next to it, or does it just
Oh,
not have
that's
to
right.
be next to enemy?
You have a feat on that, don't you?
If you
I
look
mean,
at your character sheet on the bottom right, I think it's Panache or Rakish Audacity. Click the little chat bubble when you hover your mouse over them. I can't remember how they read. Yeah, that stuff.
yeah, you don't need advantage on attack rolls against creature if you are within 5 feet. I'm not within 5 feet.
So you have to be melee. Okay.
No other creatures are within 5 feet of you, and you don't have disadvantage on.
Oh, so it does get you sneak attack. So that means that skeleton has been destroyed. That's the case. 5, 10, 15, 20. The skeleton has its own bow and fires it back at Enola. It misses. Cogsworth!
Right. So I will step out here. That was. Sorry, just double checking the movement. But is that 10 feet? I would have heard the shout on the flame skull. Don't kill the frog. I don't know it's a flame skull, but I know not to kill the frog.
Yeah.
I will cast Sacred Flame upon the skeleton.
Alright.
DC 15 Dex or take 10. Damn.
Yeah, it's taking me a minute to load up the sheet. Yeah,
You're good.
that seems to shrug off the spell completely.
Now position there to block off people trying to rush him.
Poopers.
5, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. That's a move. Lay into it.
I block so no one can rush him.
What? I'm not going after the frog.
How much HP does the frog have, by the way? Fern? I mean,
It takes the stats of whatever I choose it to be. So let me look up the HP of a frog. I'm pretty sure it's like 1.
yeah. So I'm thinking
Looks like
if it doesn't have a set AC, a set HP, then I'm counting it at 1.
Yes, a frog has
Bludgeoning,
11
that's dead.
AC. A
And
frog
with
has
1
11
hit.
AC and 1 HP.
Ah, so it does have official stats. Good. Good to know. What would you like to do, Topaz?
Oh, does that do it in?
Yep, 1 hit because it's vulnerable to bludgeoning.
Just a leaping punch right between the eyes, cave in the skull and the eye sockets.
Mm-hmm. Just the skull just kind of explodes into little powdery bits, and the skeleton and the bow just kind of drop to the ground.
Turn and regard the frog.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
You've got control over this, right?
No, just don't hurt it, because if you hurt it, it'll turn back into a flame skull.
What do we do with it?
It'll stay like this for an hour and give us time to clear out the grunts.
How do we get rid of him?
Yeah, done.
Well, you see, once I turn it, once after an hour or after someone hurts it, it's going to turn back into a flame skull, and then it's going to try to kill us again. But this gives us time to be able to find the creator or the master of it. That way, when it comes back and we kill it, it won't come back again.
There has to be an easier way to get rid of this thing. I mean, Dread, do you have any way to keep things like this dead? Or
Not that I'm aware of.
Grizz, is there a locker nearby?
No, it's not that kind of school. Cogsworth,
chance?
you think about it for a minute, and let's see. You require
Because
sprinkled.
out of character, I remember something from the other session.
Yeah. Do you sprinkle it with holy water once it's been downed, or use dispel magic or remove curse? Again, usually once it's been down. Occasionally, some of them can be more vulnerable to a very powerful dispel magic if they're still up and about, but
I know how to get rid of them.
Huh?
Once they're down, before they regenerate, I can dispel them. Out of character, would I know what their CR is?
CR
I'm asking
doesn't.
for my turn undead.
Out of character, CR doesn't exist, but what's your turn undead CR have?
Mine is currently 1, I believe.
They're well above that.
Okay, that's all I meant. If we kill it quickly, I can dispel it, in addition to the one that Dread killed earlier. At least, I'm guessing by the magical skull, I'm guessing you've already killed it.
What are you talking about?
Were there 2 flame skulls?
No,
I saw 2
this one is Dread's,
No, but I saw 2 flame skull images. Was it 2 skeletons and a flame skull, or was it 2 flame skulls and a skeleton?
There's 4 skeletons and a flame skull.
Thank you.
The other skull is Dread's spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I personally say we all surround this thing and attack it one time and get rid of it for good. Because, I mean, how long can you keep it like a...
It'll be like this for an hour.
All I'm saying
Maybe
is
so
in
much
an hour, this is going to come back to bite us in the ass.
Maybe someone should step on it first, so
That's a
we
lot
can.
of biting too. Just saying.
Cogsworth, I would not recommend, because if you step on it, it'll turn back into a flame skull, and it's probably going to shoot you up in the air or set you on fire or something.
I'm saying if
second
we
that.
step on it, and then as it's transforming, then we hit it, so it has no
Well-
chance to react.
I mean, any excess damage goes over to the skull, so we should probably just do a normal attack.
No, it doesn't. It reverts back to out of character. It reverts back. It says on the spell, it reverts back to the amount of hit points it had before it was polymorphed.
Yes, but any excess damage does apply to the polymorphed creature. That's how that works.
So any attack we would do would
Exactly.
Would be
Oh.
Same damage
know
except
that.
-1.
Well, if everyone can get out of the way, I can do a fireball on it. That'll do a lot of damage.
Can I do a thing
That-
on it before it?
It's a flame skull.
Oh
Are
yeah,
you sure about that?
but it's a frog right now.
Yeah, but how does that work?
The 1 point of damage would only hit her. Only 1 point of damage would actually hurt it at that point, because as soon as it turned back into a flame skull, the excess damage would be null because it's immune to fire.
Okay. Never mind.
Which your character would know, because I think I already mentioned that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Are they as sensitive to bludgeoning damage as some other undead?
No.
Are we still in
No,
initiative?
they are not. Yes, you are still in initiative. It's still Topaz's turn. It's up to what Topaz wants to do.
Can't we just, I don't know, tie it up in all kinds of different directions, so even when it changes back, it's just a tied up skull? And then we just stand around and beat the crap out of it?
Roll an intelligence check, Topaz.
I don't know how your spells work. It seems logical to me, but what do I know?
You after you say that, you think for a moment and realize that even though you could tie up the frog successfully, as soon as it turned back into the skull, the fire would destroy whatever bonds were around it instantly. And the kind of surface of a skull doesn't lend itself very well to being tied up. It would immediately be freed from that.
Not if we used wire.
We could also just kill it.
I'm a big fan of just jumping this thing.
Just
I'm
surround
also
it
on that
and
team.
So come on, everybody. Let's gather round.
So Topaz, what? No, don't move your token yet. You're still in initiative. So Topaz, what do you wish to do?
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what the consensus is.
Okay. Zephyrus, your turn.
I'm gonna come out and okay, so I'm on team kill this thing, so and I need this. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Hex on it. That's not gonna do any damage, so
Okay.
What if we just took a big book and put it on top of the frog, and then even when it changes back, it's still going to be a skull stuck under a book, and then we all just jump on the book?
Or
Topaz.
we take our fists and our swords and our arrows and our magic and we just kill it.
Fern.
I did not
Keep
mean
from
to
getting
roll
burned.
Hex
I
there.
know. I know. Fern.
All right. Would I know if hold person would work on this thing?
You would know it would not.
Okay. I am going to hold my action until it reverts back to a flame skull.
Okay.
What if we just took an iron bar and shoved it in the frog's mouth and out its ass, and then when it changed back, it would still be stuck on a bar?
That's a really good idea, Topaz.
And all it could do is sit there going, "Gang, gang, gang, gang," on a bar, and then we beat the crap out of it.
Why don't we just save time and beat the crap out of it now?
You know what? Flame Skull was actually being very clever about something because it could have easily cast a spell last time. Because polymorph doesn't affect spell casting. I don't think. Hold on. Yeah,
It
not
cannot speak, nor can it have somatic components. So if it requires a verbal or somatic component, then it cannot cast it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, never mind. No, I was just thinking about that for a minute and going, wait a second, can it? Oh yeah, that's right, because it can't speak. That's why it can't do that. Alrighty then.
Well, fine. Let's all get in position, have your weapons ready to go, and then
but in
as
any
soon
case,
as it changes,
the flame skull, which is now a tiny frog, hops to the door to the north, and disappears underneath into a small rat hole that's underneath there on the wooden door.
Uh-oh.
It's half crumbling.
can I thump it before it gets that far?
Actually, you would be able to, if you wanted to remove it from, if you wish to use your reaction to attack
Better
it.
than letting it get away. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to. And I'm gonna. Well, let's see if I hit it first. It's a frog's AC.
Frog's AC is 11.
I missed.
Oh my god! So, nope, it fled underneath the door to the north.
Damn it.
That's unfortunate.
So now we have an archenemy frog.
I mean, he still has hex on him, so I guess that sucks for me.
Zephyrus, can
Yeah?
you track it with hex on?
No.
It's no.
Also, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I'm the ability I've chosen with hex is what should I choose? I guess I'll choose Dex so it can have problems with dodging or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, there's nothing else I can do with hex. I can't track it.
Yeah, it's not like Hunter's Mark. It's not like Hunter's Mark.
It's not like Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. Well, you did see
Because
it go. You did see it slide. The frog disappear underneath into the rat hole, that's underneath the door to the north. As you're in the corridor, and let me describe this better. To the east and west. To the east, right here, which is the direction that Fern said to go. There's another 10-foot thick of amber going this way. And in fact, it covers up the door to the north there. So the flame skull went north the door there. There's another door to the north over here, and there's more amber over here covering a door there. The office is to the far west, but there's also another door to the south on this wall here that you can see.
Should we go after it?
Also roll a perception check, guys.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be like a frog for the next hour or so. So we have an hour and stuff to prepare for when it turns back into an ugly flaming skull.
Yeah, I'm not chasing a frog.
As
Go on,
you,
hop to it.
Enola, and some extent to Topaz, as you guys look around, you notice that there are depressions in the various walls, not unlike the one that Fern had once been in. It looks like people were chipped out of these areas. There's also one rather disturbing looking one where it looks like simply their head was taken and the rest of the body is still half on the floor, still mostly covered in amber except for bits and pieces of exposed bone that's rotted.
Anyone else seeing this? These holes.
No, I'm not.
I think we have more. I don't.
Looks like
Not
somebody
people.
pulled them out of the wall.
Right.
Or pieces of them, some of them.
I'm guessing that's how they got the flaming skulls.
So we might be getting a lot more company then. They'll just they've taken all your former student friends and made them into these things. How many
Great.
students went here?
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
By the way, Fern, you remember that the door to the north, directly up here, is basically the equivalent of a clean room, the magical equivalent of one, where basically things are dispelled. You're meant to change out your robes when you went in there, before going into the main laboratory, which is to the north of that.
Guys, where the frog went, I think it went into a room where it might dispel that spell.
Oh, good.
Great. We should probably go into that room.
Yeah.
Probably so.
Seems that way.
All right. I'm gonna try the door.
All right. It opens up. It's an old kind of like stonework door. Mine up now. It's an old stonework door. You look in and it's a very dim, musty room. With what was probably benches at one side, but it's now all very old and rotted wood and rotted bits of fiber. Again, you see evidence of rat nests.
Do I see a frog anywhere?
No, but you roll a perception or investigation check.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
investigation.
Yeah, the doors are chipped in places, basically along the bottom, that basically and worn from time, because they are made of stone. Worn from time by rats moving through them. It's not like chewed through like you would expect on like a wooden door. But it is like rats can fit anywhere, and if they find a crack, they widen it up. You know how it goes. But it looks like there's a similar one on the door to the north, which is also made out of stone.
Does Divine Sense pick anything up in this room?
In this exact room, no. However, you're getting a very strong sense of undead coming from the north.
Big, it's north, it's undead.
Very strong sense.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go see.
Yes,
Well,
Let's fucking do it.
can't leave it here for it to find this living students and the other.
No, of course not. We can't do that. It might eat the students that've been dead for 1,000 years and are already bone dead fucking things. So let's go anyway, because it seems like the right thing to do, and the headmaster would like it.
Oh, they asked that the headmaster doesn't want to lose any of her students to
The
it.
headmaster's already lost her students. She might have a gaggle left, but this is a school of death. What do they charge for tuition here? I'm thinking maybe some families need some recompense.
cost at least an arm and a leg.
Oh.
Alright, so as you kind of push
I
into
should
this
scold you for that.
as you push in this door, you see a much wider room than get back here, pencil. A much wider room than maybe you were expecting. There are various alcoves where apparently projects were being worked on. There are, benches where experiments are being carried out, and a lot of this, is a lot what Fern is probably seeing things overlaid. And the strangest thing is at the far end of the room, there are also alcoves with looks like sheets draped over objects. At the far side of the room, right where a flaming skull is now coming back into form, seems to be the hunched figure of a man who's leaning over a table working on something.
Professor Wrexham?
The man's head tilts a bit. Ah, that voice sounds familiar. And you
It's
definitely, though the voice is a little thinner than you last heard it, that does sound like Guilford Wrexham's voice, Fern.
uh Pro- Professor Wrexham, what are you doing?
Seems that someone survived outside these halls.
Does he look alive?
Interesting. You can't tell with your back turned. Dread, on the other hand, how long does Divine Sense last?
It's just, I think it's instantaneous. I can
Alright.
check.
Well, as I said, you detected before seeing this room, you detected a large source of undead from in here.
What
Um,
happened to me? Like, what was that? An experiment gone wrong, or did you do that on purpose?
Let's see, that voice. Oh, of course. Fern. Ah, dear Fern. So, you're alive. Fascinating. You must have
Isn't he?
been far outside the normal reach of things.
My sense is he undead.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of undead coming from this guy.
Oh, okay. He's undead. You are undead.
Observant.
What?
Where wants you destroyed?
The
What?
goddess of death. Of course she does.
What are you?
Nah, not now. I've got things to attend to. You have come to disturb me, much like those who came before. They wish to
No.
try secrets for their own.
You aren't going anywhere until you answer one of my goddamn questions. And I'm going to cast Hold Person on him.
Show me the text of Old Person.
Uh,
And let me double check something real quick.
I don't know if this is gonna work because
Yeah, I don't think he's a humanoid anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I'm
undead.
looking at that and going, yeah, undead do not qualify as humanoids. Actually, your character would know that, so I'm going to say that you didn't actually cast that spell.
Okay.
You being a necromancer, and Dred did say out loud that he's undead, so you would be aware that this is somebody that's undead. Therefore, that spell would not work.
Okay. Retcon that. That didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How
Professor,
close?
what are you?
A work in progress, shall we say? Things
How
that I'm
close?
still working on.
Close to us is he?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
How close is he to me?
See, he's over by the flame skull. Let me just. I'm trying to get that token down for him. Hold on.
It's quite a distance.
I thought I added that to there. Okay. Sorry. And I do not. Whoops. And roll 20 is lagging. Sorry.
Yeah.
Professor, did you do that experiment on purpose that killed so many people and left me asleep for 1,000 years?
1,000 years. It's been that long, has it?
Apparently.
Well, things sometimes go wrong. It is such the price of progress.
So it was on purpose.
If it makes you feel any better, I was not intending to kill you personally.
Are we allowed to start moving?
If you would like to, we can go into initiative if you'd like.
I'm gonna cast magic missile on him.
All right, then we're going to initiative before that spell goes off.
Okay.
Please roll higher than an 11. Yes.
Please roll good. Oh, God, finally.
The heck? I clicked on my token. Oh, that's because I wasn't. There we go. There we go.
You can. I'm gonna retype that in there so you actually got the 18 first. There we go. Oh, I already had that. Enola, you get to act first.
Let's see. Oh god. Let me move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35. Sweet. And then... Short bow. So... I think I just have... Oh yeah, my sneak attack still marked.
And you're firing at him?
Yes.
Alright. Kind of sinks into his back as he turns. Is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Dread.
They'll move. And I'll dash up to him. End of turn.
Alright. Cogsworth.
Let's see. Oh wow, he's way up there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How are my distances looking? Because I know what I want to do. I just need to make sure I get in the proper positioning for it. Alright, so I will go ahead and move up. Oh, my position's weird. I'll position myself there. And I should be within range. Damn, I'm not quite within range for Dread. But I will go ahead and cast Bless.
Who are you casting it on?
So, casting at second level so I can get 4 people. I'm going to put it on Volan, Topaz, Enola, and Zephyrus. So everyone, whenever they make attack rolls or saving throws, they roll an additional d4 for the next minute.
Fern.
Okay. How do I move my token on here? Just drag it.
You can drag it, you can select it, and then, push the arrow keys, however you want to do it.
Okay. I am going to get. Can I get within 30 feet of him?
Let's see. 30 feet would be between Cogsworth and Enola.
Okay.
Which is not 30 feet, within 30 feet of him, so afraid not.
Okay, so I'm going to get in between Cogsworth and Enola. And then I am going to is it possible for me to hold my action until he maybe gets closer to me?
Sure.
Okay. Once he comes within 30 feet of me, that's when I will hold my action until.
Okay. Volan.
Sure. I'm gonna. So I'll move 40 feet up to there. And I am. Okay, that's 30 at least. I'm gonna pull out a javelin and I'm gonna throw it at the necromancer.
Alright, that also hits him in the back.
And then, if I can, I'll pull the other one and I'll do the same.
You'll do what?
I'll throw my second javelin.
Okay.
Cool.
Another 11.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Topaz, you're up.
All right, quick sprint. And flinging my net, which I believe is going to be a disadvantage.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that net. You haven't had a chance to use that in a while.
Yeah, the range sucks though. Let's see here.
Yeah, it looks like you're 15, 20 feet. Yeah, that misses.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
Zephyrus.
All right. Zephyrus, very angry that he's looking at undead, is
Yes.
going to move 30 feet up, and then he's going to use as a bonus action, Relentless Hex.
Okay. On what?
And
Because you've currently got the flame skull hexed.
yeah, so I'm gonna teleport to him. Right there. So I'm flanking with Dread.
You're at the back wall then.
Okay. And I'm going to
'Cause
attack it
there's
twice
like
with
there's
my...
like a table like right there. Let me
Okay.
bring that. Let me put that down on there, since if we're gonna be doing flanking rolls, I have to make sure you know where there's where there's a table.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a table this guy's been standing there working
And
on.
I'm going to attack it twice with my longsword.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright, it's resistant to necrotic. It's your rune blade is magical, but it's resistant to necrotic. So it only takes 13 points of damage. Oh, and also only takes 7 points from the other one. Sorry, I only saw the second strike for a moment there.
Yep. Alright. And that would be my turn.
The flame skull lets out a cackling laugh and launches a fireball at part of the party.
Which part?
I wonder which.
Yeah. Maybe the three people in a line there.
Well, the people that came up to hug me.
Let's see. Fireball has 20-foot radius. Let's see. So that is 10 foot, 15 foot. Get over here. Fireball to the right size. So the fireball would be down here, hitting Cogsworth, Fern, and Enola.
It's a dex save, right?
There you go. Yes. Saving throw.
I hate to
13.
tell you, but you could hit more people. 20-foot radius.
Oh, you're right.
It would be 40 feet across.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, brain. Let me redo that. My brain does that sometimes. It forgets which is which.
Of course.
So yeah, actually, yeah, that would hit. Yeah, with that hits everybody except for Zephyrus. Actually.
Yep.
No, it's more of I was trying to get the thing down there and then trying to remember how to use it properly in this setting.
Yeah.
So 27 half, that'd be 14 or 13.
It's whatever the lower
Um,
number is. So 13.
Okay.
And of course, I'm the only one that failed.
Topaz takes nothing.
So half of half is 6.
Gotta love evasion.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wait, babe, do you have something like that?
Me?
Do rogues get that, or something?
Yeah, rogues get that.
It's level 7.
Oh, hey, look, there it is.
You're welcome, darling. That's what I'm here for.
One second, I need to close a window.
Take no damage. Nice.
I never noticed that before. I like how they changed the description just a little bit. Mine's a blue dragon's lightning breath or a fireball. Yours is a red dragon's fiery breath or an ice storm.
Huh. That is weird. But I guess a little cool.
Alright. Yeah, it's too bad that Volan was raging it, so that's too bad. But Topaz didn't take any damage. Dread took very little because she's resistant to fire. Enola. Yeah, Enola saved, so she didn't take any either. Just okay. So that's it for the Flame Skull. Necromancer turns towards Dread, and Dread can see the drawn flesh along the face, the rather milky eyes, and the skin missing from the entire hand that he then holds up and around a strange red necklace. He then just kind of grips tight and says, "Come to my aid." And you hear sounds on either side of the laboratory as things shift and move, and tarps follow and cloths fall away from two objects that apparently the necromancer had been working on. But you're not gonna like.
Maybe I will. You never know.
I'm
Just 2? Oh, well, that's bad, but not as bad as I thought. Oh, no, that's still bad. That's worse than I thought it was going to be.
yeah.
I thought for a second it was going to be all the students. I was like, student assembly in a gymnasium.
Funny you should say that.
Oh, well, I didn't
fuck.
say that. That was your
Okay.
imagination.
Shut up. Volan?
From one tarp, a large round creature lifts up, its eyes kind of drooping around, sightlessly under the compulsion. Along the other one, a more humanoid figure, but this one looks as if it was sewn together from parts of multiple corpses. Lifts up from its slab and joins in on this particular battle. So, see, you were right. Multiple students.
What are the chances this is a gas spore, too? Some of you won't get that if you weren't around for that.
That time that you guys thought there was a beholder in that maze and it was just a gas spore. Yeah. That was fun. You nearly killed your entire party with that. Because they were in a bag of holding.
Because of a plant.
That was bad. Wait,
Alright,
we
so
forgot about the party. They're fine. They've got like 20 minutes or something.
10 minutes for just one of them. It halves every time a new person gets in there. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. So the necromancer then jams his hand against you, Dread, since you're right there. His other hand, and casts Vampiric Touch, which I think actually misses because you have a
Oh, yeah.
And he kind of narrows his eyes at that.
Nice try.
The flesh golem kind of goes, lurches upward and, let's see. Hold on, it's like right about there. How much movement does it have? 30 feet. Okay. So that should be enough movement. And kind of lumbers towards Volan.
That was the fastest lumber I think I've ever seen.
It was more of a trundle.
And I think it only hit her once.
It did not hit me.
Oh, so you got more than 15 AC now.
It's 17, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the 15. That's your passive perception. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
I hate when I do that, when I look at the wrong token part. Nola. Yeah, that should pass your concentration, Cogsworth.
We're gonna take a nice little shot at this guy. Oh, let me read this real quick. Okay, yeah, and I would get my sneak attack on this one. Right?
Yep.
Because the one's within 5 feet.
Yes.
Fuck.
Actually, AC is very low on a flesh golem, so that does hit.
Oh. Yay!
But your bow is not magical, so it doesn't do that much damage.
I know.
It only does 11 damage all told.
Well, you know what? It's better than nothing. That's my turn.
Focus fire! Focus fire! Kill the mage!
Dread.
I'll swing at him.
Ooh.
Yep, I'll do it. Dread, in your holy wrath, you bring your blade around and kind of cleave the vile necromancer in two. His body drops to the ground and already begins to disintegrate. The item he was carrying, that kind of rubyish stone that he was holding around his neck, drops and spills to the ground, but does not appear to affect the attacks of the other things now in the room with you.
Damn it.
Second swing will be on the flame skull.
Okay. Okay.
Bonus action, cast
Smash
sacred
into-
weapon.
You smash into that. It seems to do a lot of damage, but the flame is still burning along it. And you're casting your skull.
Yeah. I'm getting radiant. I don't get to smite with that. Too bad.
Yeah, it was at 1 hit point. The flame skull falls to the ground inert. Anything else you can do?
That's it. End of turn.
Cogsworth.
All right. So I am a little concerned about what's gonna happen in the next couple turns. I feel like it's the biggest threat currently, so I'm just gonna shimmy there. Hopefully I don't die. And let me double check this spell real quick. I believe this is what I want to do. Yes. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at first level towards the Beholder Zombie. I'm guessing 14 does not hit.
Correct, it does not hit.
Damn. I guess that's it.
Even Volan's getting in on the puns. Vern.
Okay. Let's see
You just
here.
saw your mentor kind of cut in half and is now disintegrating.
Awesome. All right. I am going to move over to get within 30 feet of the beholder zombie. So I think I am going to move up. Is that 30 feet? Let's see. Yeah, I think that's 30 feet. Right there. And I am going to cast Witch Bolt at 3rd level. So
At
it
what?
is going to
At what? What's your target?
at the beholder zombie.
Alright. That's a concentration spell for you. And there's a witch bolt. And my cat is using my my notebook as a pillow. So I can't move pages right now. Whoops. That's the, oh, I just zoomed in. Got it. All right. Thank you for getting up, little one.
Did it automatically do the crit in there?
Yep, it automatically did.
Sweet.
All right, so
Yeah, that's the
being
advantage of
affected by
rolling
witch
with the
bolt.
advantage.
Yeah.
And that is my turn.
What else does witch bolt do other than lasts for a while?
So basically, Witch Bolt. Here, let me put it in the. How do I put it in the chat?
You click on the little eye thingy. Okay,
Well, that'll
so
open it up for him. He has to click on the name of the spell.
Yeah, if you just click on the name, it should give the name, or it should give the description.
31. Wow, that's a lot of damage.
It
You
well.
don't. Okay, yeah, you don't have it set to give the description. That's just the. You'd
So
have to go into the
basically,
guts of the spell.
It's
It's
just
that.
okay.
It's the Empire. It's the Emperor's attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's force lightning on the beholder zombie.
fun times. Volin! Flesh Golem just came in and whacked at your back well, tried to, with its fists.
I would like to reach,
Urgh.
and I'm pulling out my great axe, and let's make a few attacks on this thing.
Nice. Ooh, and it's magical. Excellent. It's a good thing your weapon's magical. And then... Nice. I forget how you set that up, Fern. Is that all you can wish to do this turn, Volin?
Yep, that'll be my turn.
Okay. Topaz! You're up.
Okay, I was just telling him what to do. I'll just tell you what to do. You open up the cogwheel on the spell, and then go into the guts of the spell, and you scroll down, almost all the way down. It'll have like before it starts describing what the description of the spell. You'll see a drop-down window, and you can have a choice of whether you do just spell card or attack first off. But then farther down than that, you can set it up. If it's just an attack spell, you can have it show all the text, none of the text, or part of the text. For Witch Bolt, you probably want to pick all, and you would check that, and then it would, from now on, it should. It's hard for me to describe without showing you, but
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
okay. Yeah, I'm going right for this thing. Flying kick.
So a flying circular creature. Nice. Alright.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes, that does.
And we were spending a
Smash
key point
Foot into it.
for stunning strike.
It saved
Okay
on that.
then. Key point, flurry of blows.
Alright, that
19.
hits.
Key point, stunning strike.
Let's see. Stunning strike is again the Constitution saving throw.
Correct.
What's your DC? 14?
You made it.
Yeah.
Can it be knocked prone?
No, it cannot.
Okay. Well, then let's
It's floating.
take its reactions away, and I get one more on this flurry.
Alright, no reaction. And it takes another 10 points of damage. It's very squishy. You feel your feet and fists kind of bulge into its flesh.
Ew. All right, that's it for me.
Zephyrus!
I'm gonna bonus action move Hex onto the golem,
Okay.
and I'm going to move right up to it and attack with my longsword.
And Rune Bait is magical?
Yep,
Alright.
it's a packed weapon, so
Yep, that's what I thought. I said, which is a good thing. This is a flesh golem. Yeah, the flesh golem is made out of flesh. And once again, you see that it's made out of flesh of multiple people because of the different colorations of the skin. Meanwhile, the beholder zombie. Yeah, the first thing it does is bite at you, Topaz.
Okay.
And the next thing is it rolls for an eye. Let's see.
You hit me with
Magical
a
eye, choose a
15.
target can see.
Ouch.
And it rolls an eye beam as well. One of its tentacle eyes just kind of lifts up and fires a kind of blackish ray at, let's see, it's within 60 feet, which is all of you. So I will do a 1d7. 1d7 is the person directly in front of it. One. So that means you, Topaz, need to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As an innervation ray strikes at you.
No.
that was close.
"33 points of necrotic damage just rips through your body, causing you to feel like you're aging. As your skin dries out, and your body feels just like it's old, like it's much older than it should be, or perhaps even liquefying in places. Flesh Golem makes a turn. It is fixated on Volan, so it is still going to attempt to attack her. Oh, and it's Berserk. Okay, I need to roll a 1d6 actually. And I got a 1. Oh, so it's not Berserk. I just had to roll a 1d6. So it is then going to attack you, Volan. Bolin, does your rage cut down on magical weapons too?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because it's attacks do count as magical weapons,
Gotcha.
and it misses. Nola.
We're just gonna keep focus firing him.
On the flesh golem?
Yep.
Miss.
Shit.
Actually,
Oh, okay.
that's 9. It actually doesn't miss, but you don't actually seem to do any damage to it. I think I might have accidentally had to do damage to it before, but, that sometimes that happens. But this one, it didn't seem to affect it at all when it struck.
Yeah, I don't have any magical weapons.
Dread!
Alright. To there. Touch Topaz on the arm and give her back 17 lightly on hand.
How dare you? How much?
17. That's not a spell.
Oh, that's true.
Will it work even though it's necrotic damage?
Yeah. It's not specialized necrotic damage that says, when you hit 0, you die, or you can't be healing this. Basically, those have to be in the spell marker for that to take an effect.
Okay.
This, the spiritual weapon of that at the end of turn.
So how much did you heal Topaz for?
17.
Nice. Cogsworth, you're up. Special weapon, by the way, is under your control now, Dread.
Yeah, I saw that. I moved it.
Okay, cool.
Alright. So I am actually going to pull up my own spiritual weapon. Right, let me click. Right there.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
A helmet.
For helm. Got it.
Yes. At some point I'm going to put it on Dreads to see how it fits. I keep forgetting to, though. And then it's going to, obviously, attack. Does that hit? I doubt it does.
No, it's not. It misses.
That's what I thought. And then I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the beholder.
Okay.
DC 15 or take 6.
Alright, took 6 points of radiant damage.
And I will stand right here. Actually, I'm going to shimmy right there.
Fern.
Alright. With my wand still out and the arc of lightning that's still connected to the beholder, I'm just gonna do an automatic 3d12 worth of damage.
How did you get 3d12 out of that?
Which
Yeah.
bolts
Because
are
I
nasty?
cast it at 3rd level.
That doesn't change the ongoing damage. It only changes the initial damage.
Does it?
So
Just
it's like
double check the
1d12 each time, I think?
I believe so.
It says that-
only the initial
says-
damage.
It says that it's increased 1d12 for each level above first.
Initial damage.
Initial damage, and then there's ongoing damage, which is different.
Okay. So it's just 1d12 then?
I believe so.
Still,
Okay.
guaranteed 1d12.
Yep. And then there we go. 1d12. There we go.
9 points of damage, not shabby.
Also, that's not considered casting a spell, correct? So
Correct, that's
technically,
just
if Fern had a
ongoing.
bonus action,
Actually, I thought that was the bonus action.
that's an
No,
action.
it's an action. But it's just it's automatic, so
Yeah.
it's concentration. If you had something else
Yeah, it's a concentration spell.
that's a bonus action,
Is there a way to look at my bonus actions on here, like there is on D&D Beyond?
You
What
just
sort
kind
of...
of got to look at the spells.
Yeah, let's see if it says bonus action or not.
No, I do believe that is my only thing I can do.
Alright.
automatic is nice.
Yes, it is. Especially if it's a spell that has to hit first.
And that I crit on the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that should be a bonus action, or it should scale, or both.
Yeah.
I love the spell thematically, but doesn't scale very well.
Yeah.
All the little things add up to where it's just kind of meh.
Where he's holding where she's holding her hand up and casting, force lightning. So.
I mean, most of my spells are area of effect, and we don't want to have a Bob and Zerk moment.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
used to knock out Zerk all the time. Then Bob later died to Finger of Death. It was.
And we could not bring him back.
Yeah. On the plus side, I got to play Jesse.
And Cloud was devastated.
Yeah. Volan, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm flanking with Zephyrus.
Yes,
and-
you are.
Okay. I'll make 2 Great Axe attacks.
Nice. So that's 13 plus 18, which is 31. You see bits, a lot of this thing's flesh just like scraped off by your action. You like open up whole stitches with those attacks, and see great globs of the stitched on, flesh that used to belong to different people just scattering to the floor, exposing bits of bone here and there, and other things that were used to bring this guy to life. Bits of metal.
Don't feel great about that, but I'll pass my turn.
Topaz.
All right, I'm dancing around it to get on the far side. And I'm going to open up on this thing again. 16.
That hits.
I will key point stunning attack. DC 14. Damn it. All right. Key point flurry of blows.
That hits, and you smash this thing hard enough that the body just collapses to the ground.
Oh, I'm amazed.
Just letting loose a few bits of vile gas before it just kind of lays there like a gelatinized mass. Flesh Golem's still up and
Look
moving
across it, Dread. That seems too easy.
Probably is.
When I dealt like 35 points of damage on my first witch bolt.
Yeah.
Zephyrus.
Alright. Bonus action. Zephyrus is just gonna tell the golem perish. And I'm gonna Hexblades curse it.
Alright.
And then I'm going to attack it twice with the longsword.
Okay. And I think that first hit was enough to destroy it.
And it's a crit.
That first hit was enough to destroy it. That second hit, that thing's already dead and on the ground and falling into pieces. So Zephyrus with that nice attack that would have devastated it had it not already been destroyed.
All right, Topaz,
It
come here.
scatters of
Let's get you topped off.
pieces. Just on the ground there.
Oh.
The
Oh,
room
that's
settles into silence.
I need to fix that. I need to fix the macro for that because it's adding the Hexblade's curse as necrotic, but it's not necrotic.
Right, Burn, Volan, huddle around.
Okay.
Are we all right taking a quick 10-minute breather?
Well, there is still that flame skull on the ground, which will repop itself in an hour.
Yeah.
I know, but do we have 10 minutes so I can help everybody recover a little bit of health?
Yeah, it's just that you don't have time for a short
I
rest,
know.
just a healing spree.
I know. I'm asking the players, the characters,
Yeah.
if they're comfortable taking a quick break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But keeping a sharp eye out that entire time. I don't trust this place.
So everyone, after that shitty roll, heals for 9.
Hey, that almost has me back to full.
Volan goes to 11 health.
So there's in this room the various alcoves which used to have experiments in them.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry.
the two places where your enemies emerged from have sheets now scattered to the floor. There's the door you came through. Plus, there is a break in the wall to the south, to the east of the door you came through. There's the crumpled body of the necromancer. There is the some kind of necklace with a red stone on it, and there is an inert flame skull, all in this room.
I'm going to go up to the red necklace and pick it up.
All right.
Were you doing that preserve life?
No, I was trying to look at the text,
Okay.
and I accidentally clicked the little thing to make it post.
Who's doing
I knew
dispel
one of the
magic?
things. I am on the skull.
Okay, so you went over and poofed the skull. Got it.
Yep. So that hurt.
See Cogsworth get hurt.
I'll be okay.
Do I notice anything weird about the necklace that I picked up, Grizz? Or do I sense any aura coming
Make
off
an
of
investigation check or an arcana check, whichever you would like.
it? Okay.
Alright. You're definitely picking up something of an arcane nature coming off of this. Do you know how to do GM rolls?
Yes, I do.
Alright. So GM roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is it /GR, right?
Yep.
GR and then wisdom saving roll, so it's going to be a D20 plus my wisdom plus 4. There we go.
Alright. You just feel you hear some weird whispering in your mind for a moment, and then it subsides.
I am definitely going to put that in my bag of holding for later investigation.
Alright. Alright. What else is everyone else doing?
And see, so I see Fern looking at this necklace.
Yeah, she just put it in her bag of holding.
What does the necklace do? Looking at Fern.
I'm not sure. It belonged to my professor, and even though he turned out to be evil, it's still something to remember him by, so I'm going to keep it.
Insight.
So I was just going to say I'm going to try an insight on that.
I would like to do that too.
Samesies.
Not advantage, but
Yeah.
I know. I just like to leave the advantage on.
I like toggle it. It just looks cleaner to me.
I get it.
And you can make whatever GM rolls you want on that one if you like, or you can tell them whatever you wish for them to know. You already rolled that, so yeah. So she's definitely trying to keep something to herself, but it's kind of clear on her face, even though you don't know her that well, Dread, and Zephyrus and Cogsworth, and even Volan. Anola, for some reason, even though she was highly suspicious of Fern in the first place, doesn't seem to notice at all.
What are you hiding, Fern?
I mean, it tried talking to me.
Oh, no.
Wait, what?
Oh, another one.
What's trying to talk to you?
Oh, we're
The
not
necklace that I
doing
picked up and put in my bag of holding.
Motherfucker.
We don't like things around here in bags of holding that talk to people. It didn't go well.
No, that's
That's right.
not good.
The last thing that talked to us that was in a bag of holding stole our friend.
Cough it up.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Please, before Topaz goes batshit and tries to kill you.
I won't try
No.
and stop it.
It belonged to my professor, and I picked it up.
Okay, alright. What is it saying?
I don't know. It just tried talking to me, and I waved it off.
It's red, right?
Yeah, it's this red ruby thingy.
Okay.
Aren't there certain spells that can suck your soul into an object? Should you
Items.
expire?
If it's not dangerous, you shouldn't have any problem showing it to us.
That's true.
I just don't feel like I should have to show you guys or give it up to you.
You're really getting on my last nerve.
Okay.
I mean,
Come on, guys. If I had
Oh,
a secret
boy.
item, I would show you guys. If you
I'm
asked.
just gonna look at Zephyrus. Like,
Yeah, okay.
please.
If I did have a secret item, I would show you if you asked.
Do you
Okay.
have a secret, Zephyrus?
I said secret item, not secrets. But
Do you have a-
Anola's gonna like walk right up to Zephyrus and like stare up at him.
oh, well, I have this thing. And he makes the ring of mind shielding appear. It worked kind of similar. Like, if I die, my soul goes into this thing. So that's pretty cool.
We've got
That's
a
one of
bad
many, though.
history of things that get into people's heads and make
Yeah.
them act funny.
And
Yeah,
not
that's-
funny, haha.
Yeah, that's why I have this ring, because it stops people
I'm
from
not
messing with
talking to you. I'm still
Okay.
looking at Fern.
I'd also like to point out that you deal with the dead and demons. How, if
Yeah.
you're keeping secrets from us, how do we know if you aren't compromised and a threat?
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to trust me.
What
Nah,
reason
that's,
do we have
that's
to
not how
trust
it
you?
works.
We met you yesterday.
No, you met her today.
Yeah.
I know, right? This is that.
even better.
We met you today, and you attempted to summon a greater demon.
Volin, intervention required, dear. You're the
Look,
captain. Do a captain thing.
right,
Captain, can I hit her?
not yet.
Not
you
yet.
You were dishonest to us when you tried to shove it in your bag of holding, and now we're asking you to just be honest. We're giving you a chance to prove that you're worthy to even be on our crew. I think we're being pretty fair to ask you to, I don't know, let us know what it wanted to say, let us know what's happening, not bring some other worldly spirit onto our ship.
Grizz, what did it try telling me?
You have no idea because you succeeded in your wisdom saving throw.
I don't know. It just was mumbling to me. I don't know what it tried saying.
Did it sound like a familiar voice?
Did it sound familiar, Grizz?
Again, you were so strong of mind, all you sensed was that something was whispering to you. You couldn't make out voices.
I couldn't make out any voices. I couldn't make out what it was saying. It was just whispering.
Do you open this bag of holding for anything else?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So that means the next time, whatever was happening there, you might not be so lucky.
That's not true because bags of holding work. I think of whatever I want to pull out and I pull out. If I never think of the item, it won't come out.
Right, but if you're never going to think of the item, why have it in the first place?
For research.
So
Oh,
you're
you're
gonna think
thinking
about the item.
Yes, I'm going to pull it back out.
Pointing at your master's dead body. We see what it did to him. You want it to do the same to you?
Also, I'm not 100% sure what was he. He was undead, but like, what kind?
Just
Well-
because he was wearing the thing, that doesn't necessarily mean that it was caused by it. It could have been just some enhancement of powers, and that's what I want to try to investigate.
Yeah, but he also did touch it and command the creatures when he touched it. So I mean,
Well, if it commands undead, then who better to have it than the necromancer?
Who better to have
Anybody.
it than
Anybody
maybe the
else.
mistress? I think it makes more sense that we bring this to someone who actually, is in charge of the school. I don't really think you should be walking around with it, in all honesty.
Well,
We don't know what it is, and we don't know you, so we have to be cautious.
we don't want Doll to.
We've had
I'm
this experience before.
I am keeping it on me, and if that means that you guys want to disband me from the crew, then quite frankly, I don't give a fuck, because I'm going to investigate it and learn about it.
Captain, can I hit her?
Go off. She's not part of our crew.
Oh shit.
Bonk.
So Enola just takes off her hat and like hits her with her hat. Just like,
The WAP.
you're a jerk.
And you guys are trying to take something from me.
We want to see what it is.
Technically, it's not even yours. It's
At
not, it's
point
not
of
like it would.
Zephyrus.
Huh?
He has a point. He has a point.
Yeah,
Everyone's
I mean,
entitled to their privacy, but we have to be safe.
it's just you just looted a corpse and now it's all of a sudden yours. It's not really.
How it works.
With this crew, it kind of is.
Shut up, Cogsworth.
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't be just yours. It'd be the crew's. Because we all
It
work
is pretty
together to kill
kinda
that
hard.
guy.
Irrelevant. Roland made a choice. No longer on the crew. Good luck with your thing in the bag. See ya.
Come on.
No,
Fine.
I agree with the captain here.
I'm trying to help you.
She doesn't want to be helped.
I guess not.
Oh, and by the way, I'm sure we'll see you again. Probably in a couple of weeks or months, maybe even years. But I almost guarantee down the road, you're going to be the middle of another adventure that we have to come and kick your ass. When you look like your friend over there did.
You'll be the bad guy. And you know what? I'll say, I told you so. I can say that, right, Captain?
You're free to say whatever you'd like.
Anola's eyes get real big. Really?
I guess.
Okay.
All I will say
Well,
is ensure you are protected. Regardless of the rocky start, there's no need for another soul to be corrupted. Take care.
we could have made a really good team.
I'm really good. We're going back to the headmistress now. Or are we going to still
Oh, it's
looking
a
for
circle.
whatever we were looking for?
I say we follow through and continue what we're looking for.
Captain, if I may,
Yes?
it does seem. I mean, yes, she's off the crew. Do you want to just leave her here, or do you
We
want
can't
her
leave
to?
her.
I mean, do you want her to stick around? Because this is her school, after all.
I mean,
Could be
she's free
useful.
to stay at her school. I'm saying that going forward, having our experiences and knowing that she's been dishonest with us, she's not going to join my ship. And realistically, I'm not going to stand up for her in the event that, I don't know, there's another fight, there is something we have to solve. I don't know.
Okay.
If she would like to trail along, that's her business, but it's not mine.
All right.
So if I recall, the previous circle's at the top of a tower. Should we attempt to find stairs?
That's the best bet, I think. Or a ladder.
Here,
The
look,
long one.
I have a proposition to make for you guys. Okay? If you allow me to just look at it and try to do some research onto it, this is what I do. I research into things. If I figure out that it's something that will try to corrupt my soul, I will destroy it, hand it over to you guys so you can destroy it, whatever. But if it's just something that, stores spells or something like that, then I don't see any problem with me keeping it.
There's
You know
one
the
problem
term.
you see if it's something that corrupts your soul or takes over your mind, and it does that, then of course you're going to say, "Oh no, it's not something bad." We
already
dealt with that before.
I've already resisted it though when it tried to do that.
Captain.
You know the terms. You
I-
either let us see it, drop it, or leave the crew.
All right, I pull it out of my bag, really tight in hand. And I say, here it is.
Does divine sense give any of that aura from it?
From that object?
Yeah.
Actually, no, it does not.
Okay.
Dread, I know you're a paladin. Are you getting anything weird from it?
No. Am I getting anything weird from Fern now, or no?
No, Fern seems the same as she had been.
It seems to be, I guess, sort of harmless, except for it was talking to you.
Great. If it's harmless, we'll take it to the headmistress as I suggested, and she'll research into it. I don't see why this is an issue.
Is it speaking to you now?
I put it really close to my ear, like very almost sarcastically.
Nothing.
Nope, it's not speaking.
I do think it's still a good idea to take it to the headmistress.
Oh,
With
it's
the two of you
definitely a good
together,
idea.
I
You can
literally have 1,000 years on the headmistress. I think I'm capable.
You were
of doing
frozen in fucking amber. That doesn't count.
If I may finish, with her knowledge combined with yours, you might be able to ensure that you are protected and nothing untoward happens to you. I have no issue defending this crew, but I don't like seeing death.
All right, fine. I will give you guys the directions to get to where I remember the magic portal being, and I will take, or if you guys want to accompany me to the headmistress, that, because I know you guys don't trust me.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And I think with that thought, it's time to end for the week.
So I think we're gonna go accompany her back to make sure it goes where it's supposed to go and whatever.
Sounds
They do
like
And
do
it.
it.
then come back.
Yeah, I mean, how far is it? It's all right here,
It's in-
right? We're in the
Yeah.
same place, so
Yeah.
not like a big side trip. We go back to the headmistress and say, hey, here's this thing. Can you help
Yeah.
find out what it does? And then at that point, Fern can decide if she's going to stay with the object and the headmistress, or show us where and or come with us, or just tell us where to go. Either way is fine.